I don't.
Okay.
Can I follow up on the
Ukraine stuff?
Sure.
So Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, said that the fresh fighting was said stalled the peace plans. Stalled peace talks. Is this your understanding as well?
Well, I saw some of those reports, and as I said, Russia bears direct responsibility for what's happening here. These are combined Russian separatist forces that launched coordinated attacks overnight against Ukrainian positions on the Ukrainian government side of the ceasefire line.
Do you know if this is all happening just before the EU discusses whether to keep sanctions against Russia? Has the US been advising them in any direction?
Well, we've certainly been in close coordination with our European counterparts on this issue of sanctions particularly.
And is the US considering anything new or continuous on the sanctions as well?
Well, we've said if Russia continues its aggressive actions and violations of international law, the costs, will continue to rise. But we've also said if the Minsk agreements are fully implemented by Russia, we can roll back some significant sanctions. So the choice is really on Russia here.
So is this your
sanctions?
Is what's happening now? Given that you're blaming Russia for this, that you believe that the sanctions should be increased, or?
We'll continue to oppose additional costs, and we're having those conversations internally, certainly, and with our partners, and I don't have much more detail to share today. Michael, yes.
On Ukraine, this terminology, combined Russian separatist forces, I think was introduced here a few weeks ago
It was.
in a statement. Could you explain that a little more? It seems to me that what you're referring to are their Russian conventional military forces with separatist forces, but actual Russian troops are. What do you mean by combined Russian separatist forces? Are they under Russian command and control? Are they regular Russian army troops? Do you have any numbers as to
how many
personnel are involved in this?
Numbers
what sort
are
of asset weapon systems they have?
Yeah, numbers are a little hard to come by on this, given that Russia actively tries to camouflage its soldiers that are going in it. They take off their insignias. They've covered up their insignias on tanks, for example, and trying to scrub them. But the Russian military has advanced air defense systems in eastern Ukraine. Russian and separatist forces have a large concentration of command and control equipment in eastern Ukraine together. Combined Russian separatist forces have conducted complex training together in eastern Ukraine. And really the complex nature of this training leaves no doubt that Russia was involved itself in this training. And this training has also incorporated Russian UAVs, an, I think, unmistakable sign of Russia's presence. Russia's shipped additional heavy weaponry into eastern Ukraine. Combined Russian separatist forces maintain artillery pieces and multiple rocket launcher systems within areas that are prohibited. So they're really operating together here. Russia's taking steps to cover this up and to mask what they're doing. But again, given the kinds of weaponry, given the kinds of command and control, certainly these are combined forces operating in eastern Ukraine.
Just two quick clarifications. Are they under Russian command and control? That seems to be what you're asserting.
Well, no, I said the Russian separatist forces are jointly, operating command and control equipment together in eastern Ukraine.
And these are Russian army troops?
I don't know if it's army. I'm happy to check on specifics, but we've said Russian troops, yes.
And the UAVs are being flown from within Ukrainian territory or across the border from Russia?
Well, they're Russian UAVs. Let me see if we have more details about where they're being flown from.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Ukraine.